Hello everyone, happy Friday. Thanks for coming back, or if you're new here, I'm so glad you found me. I hope you stick around for a while. And for all the new subscribers that I've gained over the past couple of weeks, I want to thank you so much for deciding to join our little community here. I hope you like dragonflies because that is what I am attempting to do today. I am still enjoying the negative painting very much, and I've been trying to think what else I could draw, and I've always wanted to incorporate dragonflies of somehow, and I think the negative painting technique is a great way to do that. Rather than drawing them individually, I made some templates. It's basically the same dragonfly and I just sized it down a little bit, and that's what I am using, and that seemed to be a good choice for today's project. I knew this was going to take me a little while, and so that was one step I could eliminate, just trying to figure out how big should they be and where am I going to place them. I just wanted to make it a little bit easier for me. I used a colored pencil to outline them. I could have just used a regular pencil as well, because I ended up outlining the different shapes, but sometimes when I don't know exactly how I'm going to proceed, it's just a safer bet for me to outline them in a shade that is similar to what is already on the page. I decided to add some greenery to it, and the way I decided to go about this was to first paint the lines very lightly. That way I was able to add some water to the spots where I wanted to quote unquote erase the lines, like I do here. So I just used a paper towel and I went over it again and I just mopped it up where I didn't want it. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with the dragonflies, so I didn't want those lines going on top of them. Now, the wings are translucent, so if by chance it's still shining through a little bit, I was okay with that. Also, sometimes I wasn't able to erase everything, so I could still see where the line was, but I was okay with that. Doing it this way also helped the flow of the stems so that they looked like one piece. Sometimes you can tell when you stop and start. Then I added some leaves because I wasn't sure if it was obvious what they were supposed to be. Okay, this is what we have so far. I also like it just the way it is, but I wanted to give you and myself a little bit more. And so I took a Posca pen and I outlined the wings in white. For the body, I used a dark gray Jelly Roll pen, but later on I changed it to black. I started my doodles with the light gray micron pen, but when I was finished, I couldn't really see it. And at that point, I knew I wanted to give those wings a little bit of a shimmer. And so I switched to the darker gray. This is a set of gray micron pens that you can purchase, and it comes in different sizes. So this here is the darker of the grays, and I liked that much better. See the difference it makes here. I went over the other side again with the darker one, and I liked it so much better. For the body, I chose the black micron, and that is a reason why I later switched the outline to a black line. I am once again using the champagne silver because it is such a soft shimmer. It works perfectly for these wings, and this is part of the reason why I needed the lines a little bit darker underneath. Otherwise, I was worried that I was going to cover them up too much. But now you can just kind of see them, and you also have that shimmer. Each dragonfly lent itself really well for different doodles, and at first I decided to just stay with lines, but I quickly realized that it needed something else, and so I tried the cobblestones, and that is actually one of my favorite dragonfly here. I really like how that looked, and I didn't think I would, and so that just goes to show that just because you have something in mind in the beginning doesn't mean that you shouldn't change it up and try different things. I also gave the background a little bit more gray, and look at how pretty that looks. At least I think it looks pretty. I still wanted some lines, and so I decided that one half can be a little bit bolder, and the other half of the wings can still be the lines. Because these doodles kind of are representing the veins that are going through the wings, I still wanted them to be fine and soft, and I had to go back and look at my other doodles that I have been doing and try and find some different variations. I had a lot of fun going through my old paintings and looking at the different doodle styles that I have been doing and trying to find just the right ones. Another reason why I wanted the outline of the body to be black is because I wanted to give the body a little bit of a shading. In hindsight, I probably could have used a blue instead. That would have been pretty too. But if you try it for yourself, you can do that. I always have the best ideas after the fact. Story of my life, but I liked it nonetheless. And now I can fill the wings in with the gold. And maybe you can see now why I switched to the darker gray, because as I'm putting the gold over it, it softens that gray a lot more. And I think had I stayed with the lighter gray, they would have basically disappeared. I wanted to give the greenery a little bit more texture, and so I'm going in with the colored pencils and just scribble over them a little bit, and also giving the leaves some veins. As a last step, I am once again taking the Posca pen and I am creating some bubbles in the background. And I want them to be very soft and not so much in your face. And so I'm using some water to dilute the paint. I could have used different mediums. The Posca pen was just sitting on my desk, and so that's what I used. That is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making it, and I finally got to do something a little bit different. I am glad I remembered the dragonflies because I think they turned out so beautiful. If you like what you watched, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And if you would like, you can share this or you can save it for yourself so that you can come back at a later time. And all the materials that I have used are listed in the description box below the video. Have a wonderful weekend and stay creative wherever you are in the world, and I will see you back next Friday.